dating. I'm dating, meaning I might see other people, you may see other people, but I am technically a dude that said that somebody they didn't approach me because they thought I had a man, and I said I don't know where they do that at. As long as a woman is single, she's on the market. Would you agree?
I think the term legally single is funny. I think that um, if you have an agreement with somebody, because a verbal agreement is contractual. You
Mhm.
understand me? So if you have a verbal agreement with somebody that y'all are in a relationship and y'all seen each other exclusively, there is no market.
If you're seeing each other exclusively, a verbal agreement, correct?
Yeah, verbal agreement. You understand me? Then you got the binding legal agreement, which is with the government. But between yourselves, that's a verbal agreement.
Yeah, I'm with that. The key is though an agreement though between you and I.
Yeah.
But if no agreement and we're just dating,
Oh well,
then
yeah, that's single.
we're
But it depends, you know, if I guess it depends on the conversation of expectation, because if one person can have like, okay, well, we dating, so one person idea of it is that as long as we both are agreeing that we're dating, whether we said exclusively or not, you know that I don't want you to see nobody else during this phase.
but the only way I'm gonna know that is if you tell me. See, that's the
That's
whole
a
thing.
fact.
That's the part where the agreement come in. Being able to communicate one's desires. These are the expectations. This is what I'm looking for, and that's what like the sister in the thing saying exactly. Respect your partner. Respect your partner. It has to be respect. That's the whole. There is no
Absolutely.
respect.
But
But
I
I'm
do agree with that. Yeah, I'm from Oakland, so cats don't really care about it unless, you married, or the woman that you with specifically, she would have to stand up and tell anybody else, like, no, I'm with somebody that's real. You understand me? And then everybody else got to respect that.
right. But only if she say that. But if not, men are not typically. And again, the West Coast thing, men don't come up necessarily saying, "Hey, you got a man." They're making their pitch. It's the woman that has to say, "Okay, I'm not interested because I'm with somebody or not." They're not moving based upon if you have a boyfriend or not. Now, having a
And then men
husband
don't
might
even believe it no more, though.
right,
Men don't believe that because women be lying so much when they say it that it could just be the defense mechanism. So sometimes a man can go further, bring down those defenses and find out the truth. But a woman will say it off reflex just because she may not want to be bothered at that moment.
hmm
So it
but the
kind of
bottom
takes
line is
away from the integrity of it.
right. So what he was saying was, if somebody think I got a man and they say, "Well, she got a man," so I'm not even gonna say nothing because I want to respect their relationship. I was saying that I'm just accustomed to being around other different type of men that are not necessarily concerned about if I'm dating somebody or not. They're going to go ahead and shoot their shot, and it's up to me to say whether we proceed or not. That's just what I'm accustomed to, or maybe
Man,
it's
no, that's the majority of the planet Earth, I would say. I don't think people care whether you're in a relationship for the most part if you allow it to happen. You understand me? And like that's what I'm saying. So even just saying you're in a relationship is like the first wave of defense. You understand me? But the second one is like, how she goes about like, no, I'm really with a God right now. Like it ain't even nothing you can do for me. You know what I mean? Appreciate the compliment. Continue to move on. Like you gotta be that kind of strong and that kind of energy to where you got believability. You feel me? So yeah, and I feel like it's more important nowadays for women to have that kind of energy. The marketplace is drying up. So if you get you a guide, you better keep it real.
well,
The marketplace is dry. Don't play around if you get a guide. I'm just saying.
yeah, well, that's true too. But I think expectations are important as well. There's some queens out here too, so the marketplace ain't just full of queens either. Just when we just want to, it's now it's plenty of women, but we're talking about people that are looking for that have different
Right.
expectations.
Let me tell you the problem with a lot of stuff is that there be so many women going for 2% of men.
Hmm. I would agree.
So it's like there's the other 98%. That's the regular. That's what they consider to be. That's the regular marketplace. But
Hmm.
everybody want this high end. They want the rich. They want the luxury. So everybody make their goals at 2%. So you have goddamn a large percentage of women fighting over the same thing. So therefore, them men gonna have a different mindset towards their value, and then that can get interpreted and influenced down to other men who don't have the same value. So it's just all a bunch of disillusion in the marketplace.
That's true, but I will say that everybody's not going for the 2% of men. Everybody's not moved on
No,
it,
not everybody.
but there is overwhelmingly, part of the proportion, of the population that is concerned about value. And I also, with that stereotype, when men say, don't no man care about what you table. All the wealthy men I know want to stay wealthy. All the rich men I know want to stay rich. So, from my observation, not as a man, but from my observation in my circle, all of them have wives who are busy, that have their own projects, they bring their own things to the table. It may not necessarily be economics, but they have a busy mind because
Yeah, I like that.
that are around and talking about, oh, it ain't about the money, and these men who don't the money that a lot of these commentators are talking about, that are saying, I don't care about how much money you make. First of all, the income wealth gap ratio between black people is it's so wide that we can't afford to sit around and talk about the fact that I'm not concerned about what a black woman brings to the table. I just don't believe that if you're concerned about building wealth, concerned about generational poverty, it does matter, because she's either a bill or a blessing. That's just the And so if she's not working on any type of project, on any type of anything to multiply that man's money or multiply what you guys are bringing to the house, then she's simply just a bill. So miss me when the women talk about it ain't about that, and men talk about it ain't about that. I don't know. I know some pretty wealthy men, and
Yeah.
all of their women got shit to do during the day. The Bible even talks about that, whether you are a Christian or not. It talks about being a virtuous woman. It talks about she goes and gets yarn from far away and she comes back and mends.
Mm.
Really gonna talk about like what it means to be virtuous and what it means to be able to flip that thing, to flip something from 5 to 10 to 15, 20. I mean, she got to be able to use her mind. So if you're not a thinking woman, you're not a busy woman. If you're not
Come on, man. I'm putting it down on y'all today, man.
well,
I
bro,
gotta say, no, look, listen. That's a whole sermon that needs to be mandatory in school. You
right.
understand me? But I really think that there's so many women that miss big sister energy, auntie energy, mama energy that really give them game. And so they wake up or they grow up disillusioned between what's reality and what's kind of sold to them on like TV and entertainment and blog sites and media and shit like that. And so that's not real life as far as when you get to real dynamics between men and women. A man always like if you have something of value and you can only be with somebody who appreciates value, can take care of things or bring in more. So, a woman that just looks good, that's not enough because those things can be bought. You
That's right.
understand me? And so a man don't read if a man has a lot of assets, wealth, and money, right? You particularly don't really respect the things that money can buy. You respect the things that money can't buy. So those are the invaluable things that if you bring them to me, right, then I'm gonna love you forever. And that's not what's being sold out to the world, right? What's being told to the world is go buy you some new ass, some new tits, go look pretty, and pop that in his face, and that's all you need. No, that'll get you in the door, but that ain't going to get you to stay.